Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes,
was dealing last night. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Everything was working, and when he left first and second, and they turned the ball over to Brent Hedrick, Kobe Mayo had other ideas. A 3-run home run, well, that gave the Orioles the lead. Then with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Jose Caballero pinch running. He gets thrown out, and the Yankees lose their 4th game in a row. Another 1-run affair. Tonight on a beautiful evening in Baltimore, it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Tuesday game of the week presented by Corona. This is our playa. It's the Yankees against the Orioles in the middle game of a 3-game set from Camden Yards in Baltimore. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Joe Girardi. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees made a roster move earlier, so we'll give you that, as Anthony Volpe recalled from AAA to replace Jose Caballero, who was placed on the 10-day IL with a right middle finger fracture. They expect she'll be just for 10 days. Anthony Volpe not in the lineup today, but he'll be available during the game. Now, the Yankees only had 2 runs yesterday. They came on 1 swing by Ben Rice. Ben Rice has been so powerful for the Yankees for the first part of the season, and he's always hurt the Orioles.
Well, what you hope from young hitters, Michael, is that their weaknesses get smaller and smaller, and that's what we've seen from Ben Rice. Check. He's hitting left-handers at a great pace this year. He's got as many home runs as anyone on the team. 5. Check. He's hitting breaking balls a lot better. A slug over 600. And the last one, Michael, he's hitting home runs to the opposite field. He's already got 2, and he only had 2 in all last year. So I've been really impressed how the holes are getting smaller in his swing.
Well, look at the numbers against the Orioles. 19 games hitting .348, 10 home runs, 21 ribbies, and the OPS 1.273. Well, the Orioles starting a left-hander. Yankees going a little right-handed in the lineup. Ahmed Rosario will play second base instead of Jazz Chisholm. And then Paul Goldschmidt gets the start at first with Ben Rice as the DH. Lineups, first pitch baseball, next on Yes. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. By Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. And by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Well, the Orioles have taken the field here at beautiful Oriole Park at Camden Yards for Game 2 of this 3-game set. We've got the drone working today, so you get some great shots of the city and overhead of this phenomenal ballpark opening up in 1992. Yankees starting lineup against Trevor Rogers. Here's how it shakes down. Paul Goldschmidt at first, Aaron Judge at right, Ben Rice to DH. Cody Bellinger will clean up. He plays left field, and he hits lefties very well. Ahmed Rosario will be the second baseman batting 5th. Batting 6th, playing center field, Trent Grisham. Ryan McMahon at 3rd. Max Schumann, the shortstop. And batting 9th and catching, it's Austin Wells.
They'll be facing Trevor Rogers, who had an unbelievable year last year. You see the strikeouts are a little bit down. The walks are up. His command hasn't been very good. But let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report. Not feeling well. His first 3 starts, 2 runs or less. The last 3 starts, an ERA of 9.53. Oh, and by the way, he missed 2 weeks because of the flu. He's just coming back. Not so fortunate. He has 5 pitches. In 4 of those, the batting average is much greater than the expected batting average. So he's not having much luck, and he's not putting them away either. In 26, the batting average against him with 2 strikes is .317. Last year, it was only .120.
Let's take a look at the defense behind it, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, Ward, Cowser, and O'Neill. Beavers was in center field till about a half hour ago. They scratched him, and they inserted Cowser. Mayo, Henderson, Jackson, and Alonso 3rd to 1st. Adley Rushman starts behind the plate again with Samuel Basayo, the DH. Hunter Wendelstedt, the home plate umpire. Umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's been around 29 seasons. He's considered pitcher friendly. He's had 45 calls challenged, 29 overturned. He calls more outside strikes on righties, more high strikes on lefties. Rogers ready. Goldschmidt is ready. And let's do it here in Baltimore. First pitch is swung on and driven to left field and deep. If it's fair, it's gone. See ya. First pitch home run for Paul Goldschmidt. What a way to start the game. And the Yankees are up 1-0.
That's exactly what he did in Baltimore on the first pitch. I mean, you're almost guaranteed a fastball. And as I said, Rogers' command has not been as good. Since the first 9 games, Goldschmidt has swung the bat extremely well. That's home run number 4 and RBI number 10. .402 feet, Michael. Not the 420, but 402.
Yeah, he crushed that. Here's Aaron Judge. 0-1. So against the lefty, they insert Goldschmidt, and it pays off right away. Second leadoff home run in this road trip. Did it once in Milwaukee and now here in Baltimore. 0-2.
Last year in this situation, a lot of times he tried to throw that two-seamer into right-handers and kind of freeze them. Start off the plate inside and come back. This year, it's kind of leaked towards the middle of the plate, and it's been problematic for him the last 3 starts.
Ground ball, grabbed by the third baseman Mayo. Across the diamond, the stretch by Alonso, and there's one away.
Well, first pitch fastball, he got it middle in again, and he got it up, and he's been swinging the bat so well the last 10 games. I mean, he's gotten back on track. He did not have a lot of at-bats in spring training. Was at the WBC, only had 3. Booney loves it. I mean, that's smart lineup construction, I would say, Michael.
I wonder if they called that in the dugout, because there were a lot of smiles there. Boone's reaction was telling. 4th career leadoff home run, 2nd this season, as we mentioned. And for the most part, he's not a leadoff guy. He's an MVP, so he's hitting in the middle of the lineup. He's usually not at the top of the lineup.
Well, that was something they started to do with him last year against lefties.
Yep.
Because his numbers were so incredible off of left-handers. They're just getting back to where they were. I mean, he started off slow.
Two and 1 on Rice. Rice had that 2-run home run yesterday. Joe detailed that on the open. Line drive. It's a base hit to right field. He hits the ball hard, and he picks up a single.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, his numbers off of lefties this year, 297 coming into today with 5 home runs, as many as Aaron Judge. I've just been really impressed with his approach every day. His approach, you know, is kind of through the middle a little bit, maybe a slight pull, but he has the ability to hit the ball the other way. You're right. There are a lot of loud noises off his bat.
Cody Bellinger takes a strike. Since last season against left-handed pitching, Bellinger a .338 hitter with a .409 on base percentage. He is not neutralized at all by lefties. That one's into right center. Cowser is there to put it away. And here's Ahmed Rosario. Still getting congratulations. Very well respected in that clubhouse. Rosario pops it up on the right side. Alonso gives it a look, but it'll make the seats out of play. Yankees coming at 26 and 16. And the Orioles are 19 and 23. Mentioned the Yankees trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Their last 3 losses have come by a single run. In the 4 games, they scored just 8 runs. High fly ball left field. Ward back. A lot of room out there, and he'll put it away for the final out. But there wasn't enough room when Paul Goldschmidt led off. First pitch, fastball. He tattooed it over 400 feet. Yankees get a run. Yankees get an early lead. Yankees got smiles. Paul Goldschmidt with the leadoff home run on the first pitch, giving the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Here's the Oriole lineup that will try to make it up. Gunnar Henderson, Taylor Ward, and Adley Rutschman at the top. Then you've got Pete Alonso cleaning up, Masayo the DH, O'Neill and right, Colton Cowser in center field, Kobe Mayo, the hero of yesterday's game for the Orioles. He'll be at third, batting 8th, and batting 9th and playing second base. It's Jeremiah Jackson.
See the numbers on Will Warren. Great strikeout rate. Top 9% in baseball at 30.5. And let's check out the Nissan pitchers scouting report. He had his first hiccup his last start against Texas. 4 innings pitched. He gave up 6 runs. He lacks some command. He has a blueprint to beat the Orioles, as he did it 2 starts ago. He went 6 1/3, only gave up 3 hits and 1 earned run. He used 40% sweeper and changeups. A lot of swing and miss on those 2 pitches. They were 0 for 9. And picked the right one. He's got 2 different fastballs. Certain hitters like the sinker over the 4-seamer. Usually the lefties like the sinker. The righties like the 4-seam. Use the opposite.
Gunnar Henderson will lead off. And the Yankee righty deals. Fly ball left field. Bellinger is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And we're going to take a closer look at Rosario. He's our Car Shield defensive player profile. This is his 4th start at second base this season. He's made 15 starts at third base. And he's made every start when the opposition starts a left-hander. There's Taylor Ward. And a strike from Warren. Warren has made 5 previous starts against the Orioles with a 4.10 ERA.
The big thing against Ward, if you're right-handed, is to stay away. It doesn't really matter which fastball it is. Obviously, with the sinker, it's going to run into him, so you got to start it off the plate. If you stay away, you can have a lot of success. That's away.
That is very much away. Told you the veteran Hunter Wendell stepped behind the plate. Edwin Moscoso at first. Chris Guccione at second. Nick Lentz is over at third. Guccione is the crew chief. Two and two. Guy the other way and out of play.
It's amazing how many balls he fouls off. I mean, he has a very low whiff rate, and that's why he walks so much. But all the balls he makes contact, he doesn't put a whole lot of them in play.
A Yankee fan just made a friend.
His pitch recognition as strikes is very, very good.
And he's down looking.
Really good 2-seamer here. You see the little dive at the bottom. They got to call the 4-seamer. hit the bottom of the zone. He probably thought it was going to sink out of the zone. It didn't, and it froze him. He gets a lot of those, Michael, those taken third strikes.
Adley Rutschman.
See Hunter Wendelstedt wearing that left sleeve, Michael? I bet there's some padding. He must have got a foul tip.
One and one. Got right in his kitchen, popped up. Goldschmidt in foul territory will put it away. Warren retires the Orioles in order. We go to the second. Well, MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Trent Grisham will lead off. Grisham, McMahon, and Schumann. Jumps on the first pitch. And Cowser is there to put it away.
He hasn't had a lot of luck this year. I mean, he continues to hit the ball hard, and it just seems to hit it at someone all the time. Michael, you talked about the ball that Rutschman hit to Goldschmidt. You said he got in his kitchen. Where does that come from? I laughed when you said it.
I guess.
Why the kitchen?
Because that's where people cook.
Okay, you're going to have to go a little further.
And I guess it's, you know, old time kitchens were small. They're not like big like they are now. So if you were in an apartment, the kitchen was small. So not much room in there. I'm making it up. I was making it up.
You're throwing it up against the wall, aren't you?
Yep. Hopefully something sticks. Well, we'll go to the Google and we'll find out. Caballero back from New York after undergoing the test where they found slight fracture, which they don't think is going to take a long time. And Anthony Volpe has returned, promoted from AAA to take Caballero's place on the roster.
So where exactly did he fracture?
I think it's right near the knuckle.
Okay, the big knuckle.
The middle finger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And guys, it's like right in the middle of the middle finger, according to Aaron Boone, and it's very slight. Caballero fought to not go on the injured list. He did not want to be out of this lineup, but ultimately the Yankees decided it was best for Caballero and best for the team to just put him on the IL. They are hopeful that it is only the 10 days and then he is back. Now, you noted Anthony Volpe is in that dugout. He just got here a short while ago. Obviously not in the lineup tonight, but Aaron Boone did say he sees Volpe as the starting shortstop while Caballero is on the IL. But when Caballero comes back, that is going to be his position.
I like that they put him on the IL, and here's why. You see too many hitters try to play through injuries, and they get in bad habits, whether it's something to do with your swing, or for Cabby, it would probably be throwing, and you start making errors and you start changing things. That's not what you want. That's not what you want.
And McMahon down on strikes. Okay, Joe, I think I have an answer for you. This is what Google says about in the kitchen. But first we take a look. That wasn't in his kitchen. It's a metaphor describing a pitch that is so far inside it essentially forces its way into the batter's personal space, their kitchen, making it difficult to hit effectively.
So I guess chefs feel that the kitchen is their personal space.
Yeah. And there's a strike. Schumann aided bats. He has 2 hits. Oh, 2.
When he is right, Trevor Rogers, it's the cutter, it's the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer in. and it's that changeup down and away, which is a big pitch for him. But that's been part of the problem. He's been pulling his changeup a little bit, and he's been leaving it up. That one was down. This guy had some kind of year last year, Michael. 1.81 ERA, 18 starts.
And down goes Schumann. So a strong second inning for Trevor Rogers. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Yankees up 1-0.
Welcome back to Orioles Park at Camden Yards. Jazz Chisholm Jr. was not in the starting lineup tonight. Instead, it's Ahmed Rosario. Aaron Boone said he was going to give him 1 day on this road trip off. Originally, it was going to be in Milwaukee, but Jazz fought to stay in the lineup, so they opted to give him tonight off. And man, has he been struggling, guys, to find it at the plate. Just 3 for his last 23. I spoke to Jazz earlier, and he said, look, it is no fun when you know you can help your team and you're just not producing offensively. He said at times this season, he has felt good at the plate. He was barreling up the baseball, but just wasn't getting the results. That's part of the frustrating part. When he feels good, he's still not getting the results that he wants. He knows it's going to come. He knows he has to be patient, and he is going to continue to work. But while you're going through it, it is certainly no fun. The Yankees know how good Jazz can be offensively. And guys, the thing that is bothering him the most is that he has not been able to contribute and help his team win. So he's going to get back at it tomorrow. Today, he said he was just going to clear his head, be ready if they need him in a pinch hitting or pinch running situation, but going to try to step away a little bit tonight and try to refocus tomorrow and get it back at the plate.
It's unusual the way he's hitting because he's not this hitter, but he has struggled. And only 5 batters hit underneath the ball more than Chisholm in all of Major League Baseball. And Joe, we've seen a lot of pop-ups from him.
Yeah, he is just under the ball, and I don't know if it's because in his mind he's thinking 50-50. I think his mechanics are a little bit off. I think his hips are sliding a little bit. And a lot of times when you go forward, the barrel of the bat drops, and that's why you get under it. His swings and misses are usually under the baseball as well. But he's too good of a hitter to do this the whole year. And I mean, he's got 4.5 good months left. You just forget about what's happening. I like he's getting the day off. Just clear your head and get back out there and do what you do.
And Joe, he was asked if he feels like he's pressing, if he's trying to do too much, because Aaron Boone made the comment last night in the post-game press conference that maybe he just needs to slow it down a little bit. And Jazz pointed to the final 2 at-bats last night and said maybe I expanded the zone a little bit, but overall he does not feel like he's really expanding the zone. And while he's frustrated, he doesn't feel as though he's pressing. So you mentioned the 50-50. I asked him about that as well, and he had an interesting take saying, what, do people want me to have low expectations? I have high expectations for myself. I want to reach those expectations. But he did not feel as though that statement or pending free agency is weighing on him at all.
There's Basayo. Cracked to left field. On the run is Bellinger. He's not going to get there. It's a fair ball. And it bounces into the seats for a double.
Well, Basayo has been one of their hottest hitters. You go back to the last 17 games, he's hitting .397, 9 extra base hits, 11 RBIs. This kid's got a very lively bat, and it looks like just kind of a four-seamer that just kind of spun. He was probably trying to go a little bit higher, which you want to do to most left-handed hitters. Ends up hitting a double. His 10th extra base hit in the last 18 games.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. And a strike.
That was a late call there, Michael. You know, getting back to Jazz a little bit too, I like that he's getting a chance to slow it down tonight, because it's really hard to slow it down when you're playing every day, and it seems like you come up in big situations and the frustration mounts. This is a good chill day for him.
Well, there are a lot of concerning numbers, as we say, under the hood. All right, so his weighted runs created plus against lefty pitching, Joe, is 54. That's not a good number. With runners in scoring position, hitting 167 in 47 plate appearances.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. He had about a 10-day period where he swung the bat really well. and he hit 4 home runs and drove in a bunch of runs, and then he's, you know, the other thing too is they faced some really tough pitchers lately. They've seen DeGrom, they've seen Eovaldi, they have seen Mizorowski. You know, Harrison is tough. He's left-handed from Milwaukee. It has not been easy sledding.
And down goes O'Neill, 2 away.
Good four-seamer up in the zone. He gets it by him. He gets underneath it. And O'Neill is the guy that's supposed to be killing lefties like he did in Boston, but he has struggled. He's actually hit righties a lot better this year.
Here's Colton Cowser, a last-minute addition after Dylan Beavers was scratched from the lineup. And that worked out for the Orioles yesterday because Basayo was scratched and they put in Mayo, and Mayo ended up hitting the big home run against Hedrick.
Yeah, all I know is that I'm going to call him Mr. Wideout because I had to wide out for him again. Check out this stat, Michael. He is 0 for 20 on off-speed changeups and splits this year. In the last 2 years, he's 6 for 71. He does not like those.
Fly ball shallow right center. Who's going to get it? It'll be Grisham. And the double by Basayo is wasted as he's stranded, and we go to the third. Austin Wells leads off, and we check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. 1 or more home runs, plus 575. And Wells has struggled this year against lefties. Aaron Boone was asked about Wells today and the lack of offensive production, and he very succinctly said, we think there's more there. Didn't rip him, just said there's more there. There should be more there.
There's a lot more there, I believe. 21 homers last year. But to your point, he hit 210 off of righties last year. He's hitting 217, so that's not that much different. Last year off of lefties, he hit 240. He's hitting 111. And he plays against most of the left-handed starters. That's not easy for a left-handed hitter.
And the Yankees have a situation roster-wise where both the catchers are left-handed. So it's not like he could sit against lefties as a righty catcher takes his swings. One of them is going to have to be lefty-lefty. Line drive, it's a base hit against the left-hander. Wells was 1 for 17 coming into that at bat.
That's great to see. You know, you got one in now. Now get greedy. Get a couple tonight and start feeling good about yourself. You see him get that foot down really early. He gets a good pitch. It's a pitch in the middle of the plate, and he doesn't miss it. I think he's been in between, late on fastballs, early on breaking balls, and he has to get on time for the fastball.
Goldschmidt takes a strike. Hit a home run on the first pitch that he saw of the game. Down the left field line, over 400 feet. 4th home run of the year, 2nd leadoff home run. Fly ball right field, backing up O'Neill. That's out number 1.
Yankees need to put up a couple crooked numbers tonight. Their pitching through this streak where they have lost the last 4 games has been pretty good, and they just haven't been able to score a lot of runs. They have not hit with runners in scoring position, and they've been really good at that this year.
Judge with a ground ball at third. That was in the first. Has always hit well here at Oriole Park. 64 games, 27 home runs, 53 ribbies. So over 162, that would be 68 home runs, 134 ribbies. Cooking up something special with Hexlad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexlad.com. So Judge and Rice have 29 home runs, same as the entire Red Sox team. Giants have fewer as a team, and Milwaukee has fewer as a team. But Milwaukee finds ways.
You talk about Judge and Rice. They put a batting value on a hitter. Judge is plus 23. Rice is plus 17, plus 40. That's the highest of any two guys in baseball. Atlanta has a couple at 31. Houston have a couple at 31. And that's not even including Bellinger.
2-2.
Perfect pitch. And they've talked about his location has not been as good this year. That's pretty good right there. And his velocity's back tonight.
You'll like this. I just got the funniest text from your former teammate.
Which one?
Paul O'Neill. He just texted. He said, "This O'Neill guy in right is confusing me."
Do you think because he's struggling against lefties, O'Neill, that he's asking himself like Paul used to, can a man forget how to hit in a week?
Three-two. Fouled away. Another foul ball. And that one was close, but it's ball 4.
I tell you, with Hunter, you can't always tell if he's calling a strike or a ball because he backs up on everything.
Play FanDuel's Daily Dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Ben Rice is plus 550. Ahmed Rosario is plus 950. Rice single to right in the first inning. First and second, one man out. Yankees up 1-0 on the Goldschmidt leadoff home run. Snap throw to second. Diving back is Wells.
You're not supposed to do that. Catcher's trying to pick off catchers.
Like a fraternity?
Yes.
So you never tried to pick off Jason Varitek?
No. Pudge Rodriguez tried to pick me off, and I ended up in an MRI tube in Texas. My shoulder.
2-1.
But Joe, did you get picked off? Were you safe?
No, I was safe.
Okay.
But I was quite angry with him.
Did you make it known?
Oh, yeah, I'd let him know.
3-1 on Rice. Rogers working himself into trouble. And he walked him, bases loaded. And a trip to the mound to talk with Rogers. So Rogers came off the IL today. He had a flu that knocked him out for 2 weeks. Now he got off to a great start this year, 1.89 ERA first 3 games, but in the last 3, 9.53. And he said the problem is he's not really doing a good job of getting guys to 2 strikes early.
And he's not doing a good job putting them away either, as I brought up. 2 strikes are hitting over 300. Major League average is about 187.
Orioles play back for the double play at short and second. They're in at the corners for Bellinger. Take a look at the leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Against lefties, the Yankees this year lead the major leagues in slugging, and they lead the majors with 24 home runs. Up the middle. There's one. On to first. Not in time. He beat it out. Allowing Wells to score. An RBI for Bellinger, his 29th, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Well, it's a good thing that he can run, because he hits this ball extremely hard, and it's still hard to get used to. You hit a ball right up the middle that hard and you don't end up with a hit. Good play by Henderson. He did everything he could, but Bellinger just runs too well. Got the bases loaded with 1 out. You have to find a way to get a run on, and it's really the perfect guy to have up because he's such a contact guy and hits the ball hard. You smell that, Michael?
What's that?
That RBI? You can smell him, man.
First and third, 2 men out. Rosario grounds one to third. The throw to first. The scoop by Alonso, but Rosario beats it out. And Judge scores. The Yankees lead 3-0.
Yeah, a tough play for Mayo. He's going towards the line. He has to throw back across his body, and it looked like the throw just took Pete Alonso off the bag. This is a tough play, and he has not played a great third base this year. I don't know what they're going to give this, a hit or an error. It probably should be an error. That's his 3rd error. He's -2 and outs above average, but he did have a big hit, base hit.
Rosario with his 15th ribby. Grisham swings and misses. One and one. Grisham with a fly ball to center. That came in the second. You know, we gave those numbers, Joe, that showed that, you know, slugging and home runs, the Yankees lead against left-handed pitching. But the removal of Stanton affects that. Of late, they've struggled against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, and there's been some good left-handers, but you're right, Michael. He's a presence. He's a force. It gives them so many options that they can use.
2-2.
But the other thing, though, it does is it keeps Goldschmidt or Rice usually out of the lineup.
True.
And now they're both hitting lefties. Goldie wasn't so much at the beginning. He's really hitting lefties now again, like he did last year. So you wish you could have 2 DHs.
That would work.
Yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in, 2 men on. We're in the third. Rogers really laboring.
This kind of reminds me of the start against Boston, his last start before he went on the IL. He had a runner on first with 2 outs, runner on second with 2 outs. Couldn't get out of the inning. He threw about 45 pitches. He ended up giving up 4 runs. This is the 30th pitch this inning.
Driven out into right center field. Cowser back, looking up. See ya! A 3-run home run for Grisham. And the Yankees lead 6-0.
Tell you what, his hits have been extremely productive. He has 23 hits, 26 RBIs. He scored 24 runs. And I liked his at bat, the first at bat. He was aggressive early in the count, and that's not something he always does. Got himself in a good count, hit a 3-run homer. That's a big 3-run homer. 397 feet, Michael. That's all it takes.
6th home run of the year for Grisham. McMahon, left field. Ward there, puts it away. But the Yankees put up a 5 spot here in the 3rd. The big blow off the bat of the center fielder Trent Grisham. And when it lands, Yankees have a big lead. Now it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture is of Brian and Britt, who saw the Yankees and Orioles face off at the stadium last homestand. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game, like Britt and Brian. Kobe Mayo leads off. Well, Warren has himself a 6-0 lead. He said they needed a crooked number, Joe.
That's crooked, and if he could have a quick inning here and get Rogers back out, he just threw 31 pitches. He's up to 54 now. Michael, I'm sure you can understand this. Before last night, Kobe Mayo was 3 for 32 with 14 strikeouts. Made an error in Miami Thursday that ended up costing them the game in the 9th inning, and he credited his family and his friends and his dog named Finn for getting him through it. He said, you know, when I go home, my dog doesn't care if I make an error. My dog doesn't care if I'm 0 for 4. Roger would call that a bow tie.
Good old Finn.
Yeah, Finn.
Three and 2 on Mayo. I feel like my dog Butter, very judgmental if I have a bad broadcast.
Butter
He'll
could
ignore
care
me.
less.
No.
Butter just wants to come in your office and sit with you.
Gives me that side eye. Not good.
Does Butter like chicken fingers?
Butter eats anything, unfortunately. Anything. And everything.
Michael and Joe, you know how a lot of dogs just like to watch like Animal Planet or something like that? Butter watches the Yes Network.
Yep, she does. Kobe Mayo works a walk. First walk by Warren. So here's Jeremiah Jackson. Now Jackson is playing so well at second. That's one of the reasons they're moving another Jackson Holiday, to play some third base as he rehabs from the hamate bone injury.
Yeah, they talked about too that Jeremiah Jackson really struggled at third base, and you talked about it yesterday. I mean, Jackson Holiday's a really young kid. These aren't easy adjustments.
I saw his dad Matt at the stadium when the Orioles were in town.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, came to visit his son who was checking in with the big team.
Yeah, Jackson's really had a rough go of it though. The last 2 weeks, he's really been struggling. 11 games, 133, no homers, no RBIs. He's leading their team in RBIs.
Yeah, Jeremiah has 24 and Alonso has 22. Fouled away. Now we should note tomorrow's game is scheduled to be a night game. The weather forecast is terrible, where there's no doubt there's going to be heavy rain. So the Orioles have been proactive, and they have moved tomorrow's game to be a 1 p.m. start. So it'll be on Prime. The pregame show will be on Prime at 12:30, and then following the game, post-game action will be seen on Yes. Schumann throws that away. Looked like it was going to be a double play. Now it's nothing. First and second, nobody out, and that'll be an E6.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate because it's at least one out there, Michael. So you think about, you get a 6-0 lead and you walk the first guy and then you make an error, and he fumbled it. Yeah, in the transfer, I wasn't sure what happened, but he never got it in his hand. Sometimes you got to make sure that you get one before you get two, and you got a tough hitter in Henderson, who does have 9 home runs, has been struggling, and he's not hitting for a high average. There's a lot of power there, though.
Oh, what a play by McMahon. Nobody at second covering, and everybody's safe. He flew to second to get the force. There was nobody there.
You know, the ball's hit so hard, and Rosario's playing him somewhat to pull, that he doesn't have time to get there. He breaks right away, and he just doesn't have time to get there. What's even unbelievable to me is he actually threw it right to him. You know, he saw that he wasn't there. It didn't complicate things by throwing it to the base. He threw it right to him. And in an inning probably that there should be at least 2 outs, the Orioles now have the bases loaded with nobody out.
What are they score that? Fielder's choice E5. That's a tough error there on McMahon. Really tough error. And what's he supposed to do? He's throwing to second base.
Yeah.
And the pitch is low to Ward. So the Orioles, the door is open for them to get back into this game. A walk and 2 errors. The Yankees have loaded the bases for the Orioles. Nobody out. One and one.
And I think that has to be his approach. The sweeper and the good hard fastball away. And if you can locate your sinker away, I really believe you can get a ground ball and get a double play. Leads the major leagues in walks at 41. I mean, his numbers, like in the last 10 games, he's hitting like 0.75 and has an over 400 on base percentage because of the walks.
2-1. Three-1. They don't have that up on the board, but we have it on our bug. And a strike.
So I wonder the difference between him last year, where he hit 36 home runs and went to the power game. He's went to the on base. Is he coming out of his shoes on that fastball? 3-1.
You would think last year he was. Fly ball shallow right field. Judge tagging is Mayo, and he just draws the throw as Judge's throw is up the line and blocked by Wells.
Good job by Wells. Just go get the baseball. Make sure you block it and keep it in front. Don't allow a run to score and the runners behind get to second and third. Really good job by Austin there. And when you make that throw and it's away, people wonder why you don't send him. Well, if he throws it where he usually throws it, and Aaron Judge is extremely accurate, he's out easy.
Well, now you have an opportunity to get out of it without giving anything up. Here's Rushman. And a strike. Let's see if they turn two. There's one. There's two. Had a couple of chances at it. Finally turned the double play. And Warren escapes without giving up a run. Bases loaded, nobody out. Fly ball to right. And the 4-6-3 double play. Yankees lead by 6. Well, the Yankees return to Prime tomorrow to take on the Orioles. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees beginning at, now note this, 12:30. 12:30 only on Prime. I don't want people to turn on Prime at 12:30 and think it's a replay of tonight's game.
Well, there'll be a couple different pitchers, so if they're watching, they'll know.
Schumann fouls it back. Well, one thing the Orioles did, they gave Rogers some rest with that inning.
Yeah, and you'll have a different tie on.
Maybe.
Yeah. I tell you what, there are a lot of good things that happened that last half inning, and it started with Wells and Goldschmidt going to the mound and talking to Will Warren, and then the way he battled to get out of that inning. This kid's tough. I mean, I've been so impressed. I think about the starts where he had the hiccups last year, or that one in Toronto where he was one pitch from being out of the game. He ended up giving him like 5 innings. He bounces back extremely well. You know what that was?
No.
Swing to left, hit it to right.
Huh.
I think he hit it off the end of the bat, the cut part. He's so far out in front of it. Yeah. Cuts across it. Look at where he hits this.
Yeah.
That's a little bit too far out front. Got to back it up a little bit. The swing was actually good, though. You see the head down, the extension, just a little early.
A little orthotics action in the dugout. Ground ball, short. Henderson. Boy, Schumann really running hard. He gets gunned down for the first out.
We walked home last night. My feet hurt, and I have my orthotics in.
Well, I wouldn't know because you blew by me and you just left me in the dust.
You were slow last night. You're usually faster than I am. I put my head down and just went, Michael.
I saw. You did that to me in Boston, too.
But you were signing so many autographs that I couldn't wait for you.
Well, I had a choice. Should I be rude to people so I catch up with you, or should I be nice to people and you would wait for me, but you chose not to exercise that?
Yeah, well, you don't like anything about ketchup, so I kept walking.
And if you're a Yankee fan, you didn't like anything about Mayo yesterday.
No.
He hit the 3-run home run. Get it?
And he wasn't even supposed to be playing.
Yep.
Now they're trying it with Cowser.
1-2. 2-2. Well singled in the third. Goldschmidt on deck. Fly ball shallow right center. 4 people converging. Oh, what a play by Jackson. No, it was Gunnar. How did Gunnar get out there? An amazing play by Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, and not to collide with Cowser. I don't think Cowser saw it off the bat and didn't get a good jump on it. And you're going to see, and I thought there were problems written all over this, but somehow they avoided each other. I wonder if Jackson was communicating with either one of them. This is a really good play. You know, Adley Rutschman does not challenge much. What I've noticed, I'd say there's been 3 or 4 balls in the last 2 days that I was surprised he didn't challenge.
Serve to right field, a base hit for Goldschmidt. He's 2 for 3.
One for 2 last night. 3 for 5 in the series with a home run. Here's that catch again, and the communication.
Well, that could have been ugly.
Yes.
Here's Aaron Judge. One and 0. Two and 0 on Judge.
His misses a lot of times are like that, up and away, and you see it a lot from him, but he misses by so much he doesn't get in trouble.
Three and 0 with Rice on deck. Rice with a single and a walk tonight. And there's ball 4. Second walk issued to Judge. Goldschmidt will move to second, and it brings up Rice. Rice singled to right in the first, and then walked in the third. Left-hander Josh Walker is warming up for the Orioles. You know what Rogers did last year was historic. Had a 1.81 ERA in 18 starts. And in the live ball era, and it starts in 1920, that's the franchise record with 100 or more innings. And the Orioles have had some really good pitchers. 1.81. That's not his ERA for this game. 6 runs here in 3 innings.
You know what's interesting about that, though? If you look at his expected ERA from last year, was 3.41, and this year his expected ERA is 3.65, but it's 4.75 coming in this game. So it's like the gods are getting even with him.
Waved at that one.
Yeah, this is his sweeper, which has got a lot of sweep to it. I mean, he's got good stuff. It's just been the mistakes that he has made the last 4 starts that have really, really cost him. Mistakes in the middle of the plate with his fastball and his changeup.
Swing and a miss. Rice down on strikes. Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Come out to Yankee Stadium Thursday, May 21st, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays in a postseason rematch. It's cap night. First 18,000 guests 21 and older receive a Yankees cap courtesy of Budweiser. Tickets are going fast. Get yours today at Yankees.com. First pitch to Alonso is a ball. 1-0.
Pete's always been a really good fastball hitter. But sinkers inside have given him a lot of trouble.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question that's going to be tough, because you have a goodness about you that a lot of people I know don't have. You do. You're a good man. So Pete Alonso signs with the Orioles. The Mets didn't want to sign him to a 5-year deal. Do you believe that Pete Alonso is happy that they're struggling? And when you got let go from jobs, were you happy when they didn't do well?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, you don't want to see him take off without you. I can tell you that. It's hard. I think the hardest part about being let go, Michael, is you feel that you put your heart and soul in something, and that you let a lot of people down. And you know that when you fail, you cost, as a manager, you cost other people their jobs. And that was the hardest part for me, because I knew, you see him swing under this four-seamer inside, I knew that people would be let go that I brought on.
Right.
And that was always the hardest part for me. I'm sure Pete doesn't miss that they're struggling. I mean, I'm sure that he's not pulling for them, but I think Pete always wanted to be a Met, and I think that's what's going to be hard for him.
Mm-hmm. How do you think I'd be?
Oh, you'd be. You know how you'd be.
I know how I'd be.
I mean, it hurts. That's the one thing you don't realize how bad it hurts when you get let go from a job. It's tough. And I can tell you, Michael, you don't recover in a couple months.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
Guys, Pete Alonso spoke when he was at Yankee Stadium last week just about being back in New York for the first time since signing with the Orioles. And he said it's not just about the history of what happened on the field with the Mets. He had major life moments in New York City, stuff he will never forget. The birth of his first child there, living in the city for a while. It was more than just leaving the organization. It was leaving the entire community. He said he'll always have fond memories of his time in New York, but right now he's an Oriole. He needs to move past it and focus on the task at hand, and that's trying to win in Baltimore.
That's the right thing to say.
Yeah. He's a good person, and I tell you what, he did a lot of great things with the Mets. He was good for the city of New York. He provided a lot of entertainment for the city, and he wore his emotions on his sleeves. He did.
And he hit more home runs than any Met player has ever hit in a Met uniform. Here's Tyler O'Neill, 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Yankees lead 6-0.
That's the breaking ball that's not fair. They're right-handed hitters. And I'll never forget, we'd go over scouting report on Albert Pujols, and there wasn't a lot of holes, and they would say, if you could throw a breaking ball right at him, he freezes.
Down the left field line on the run is Bellinger, and he makes the play in foul territory. A terrific grab by the Yankee left fielder. Running down this foul ball, little basket catch as the inning ends. Baseball's biggest moments in Yankee history brought to you by Corona. This is our player, and that's a player. Lawrence Peter Yogi Berra would have turned 101 today. And what a baseball player he was. All he did was win. And when you stood next to him, you couldn't believe the power that he generated, all the home runs that he hit. And he caught both ends of doubleheaders. And just a terrific guy. I'm sure you had a great relationship with him as well, Joe.
Michael, I love him. And him and Carmen were so great. And there's just so many good stories about Yogi. And he would ride with me on the road in spring training, just to see his face every day. He would ask if he could leave early for church on Saturday nights from the game. So, I mean, he was priceless.
New pitcher is Josh Walker. You know, obviously people associate the malaprops with Yogi, but I hope it doesn't obscure what an unbelievable baseball player he was. I mean, the things that he did, a 3-time MVP and all the winning, the 10 world championships, just terrific. And he used to joke with Jeter, "You're not going to catch me." And Jeter only got to 5, and he was right. He didn't catch him.
He had a really good jump, though. He had 4 in the first 5 years.
Yep. He had to sweat a little bit. And now on his club to center field, Cowser back, and he makes the play for the first out of the 5th.
You know, I feel like Cody's at bats have been really good tonight. He's got nothing to show for it.
Just a run scored.
Yeah. And you want more than that.
And now he's giving a scouting report. Rosario takes up and away. Walker's 31 years old, 4th big league season. Called up from AAA Norfolk yesterday as Trey Gibson was sent down. Almost swung out of his shoes there. High fly ball, right center. Moving over is Cowser. 2 down. And that'll bring up Trent Grisham. We take a look at that home run on the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Look out fast. He pulls this fastball, this sinker that's inside to him. It's down and in. Stay away from that. Left on left. And he hits this big 3-run homer. Big smile. Big smile. Finally getting some luck, Michael. Things are starting to change for Trent Grisham. He's still got about 20 soft hits coming, though.
One 1-0 on Grisham. We're in the 5th. Yankees trying to even the series 1-1 and trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. One and one. Two-one on Grisham. The home run was his 6th of the year, and he has 26 runs batted in. Whoa, no bite.
Did you expect him to bite it, that curveball?
No, the curveball had no bite.
Oh. They're calling it a slider. I mean, you look and it says that he throws curveball, 4-seamer, sinker. Been a lot of sliders, over 50% in the short time that he's been here this year.
Foul back. Talk about a guy on the move, Joe. He's moved 4 times the last calendar year. The end of last May, he was traded from the Blue Jays to the Phillies. Then the Orioles got him off waivers in August. Then the Braves got him off waivers in November. Then the Orioles picked him back up off waivers in December, and he's back here. A lot of moving.
Kind of like that Harrison kid in Milwaukee. 3 different teams in 13 months.
McMahon pops it up. Rushman gives it a look. Strike 3. McMahon down looking. Yankees strand 1. We're halfway through. It's 6-0 Bombers.
Spot is gone.
This weekend, the Subway Series is back as the Yankees and the Mets match up for the first time this season. 3 big games with city bragging rights on the line. Yes, we'll have post-game coverage after games 1 and 2, and full-game coverage of the series finale Sunday at 1 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cowser leads off, and pitch from Warren is high. One and 2. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Cowser, Mayo, and Jackson.
Interesting dilemma with Cowser because he has not been playing that much, and I know that he's still not a very old player. You know, 24. He had the really good year where he hit 24 homers and drove in almost 70 runs. Pretty good outfielder. Last 2 years have been really a struggle. I mean, he wasn't in the lineup tonight. They were playing O'Neill over him.
Challenging the ball call.
So that's called the ball by Wendelstedt, and it's challenged by Wells, presented by T-Mobile. Wells was
After
right.
review, the pitch has been changed to a strike. The batter is out.
I'll tell you what, Joe, of all the umps, he has the best presentation. The
What do you
best
mean?
voice, the way he
Oh,
presents it.
you like it?
Yeah, strong, not mumbling.
And he was smiling after the call was reversed.
Mayo takes a strike. Umpiring's in the family. Harry, his dad, longtime ump.
I think I was behind the plate with both of them. Tells you a little something about my age. I mean, I called you the old fella last night.
You did.
It puts me in that category.
Had a hard time falling asleep after that. Who'd you get along better with, dad or son?
Both of them were easy to get along with.
Really?
Yes. Telling you, Michael, he is sitting breaking ball. You can see he just took the one before that was middle in, which is a ball that he should be looking to hammer, and then he took that one. If he hits it, he's hitting it over the on deck circle, the Orioles on deck circle.
Three and two. .70 pitches for Will Warren so far, one out into the fifth. And Mayo down on strikes.
Just do that 1-2. Threw a couple extra balls there, but he comes in with that good four-seamer, middle, in, and down. Underneath it.
Here's Jeremiah Jackson.
That's the danger zone to him, is that ball that's middle in, and strike breaking balls are really dangerous to this young man. Got a lot of power. Carlos spinning his ball, getting ready to make his next start.
Quickly 0-2 on Jackson. Ninth batter in the order. Grounded and through the legs of Rosario into center field, so that'll be an E4. Warren should sue for non-support today. That's the third error by the Yanks.
Yeah, this ball's hit really hard, and he just comes up too quickly. And Ahmed Rosario has played a lot of third and has played some second base, and he just came up. They put a hit on the board for that? No way. No, that's the second error. They changed, Michael, they changed McMahon's to fielder's choice.
Okay.
So that would be the second error.
And I think that's the right move, changing it. He had an unbelievable play to get to the ball, then through the second base there was nobody there. How's that his fault? 1-1.
You know, none of the errors have hurt the Yankees yet. But what's frustrating sometimes, you know, like as a manager's perspective or a pitching coach's perspective, it's the extra pitches that you add, and it might short him an inning. And when your bullpen's tired, you want as much distance as you can get from your starters. So it's not always about how many runs score from an error. It's about the extra pitches.
That one gets away from Wells. He doesn't know where it is. Finally locates it. Jackson made the turn, but he'll stop right there with his team down by 6.
Yeah, this is just a pulled changeup. And I've talked about the changeup as a catcher. When it's from a right-hander, you're expecting it to go left. And you're getting ready to push left, not right. And it's very tough. And he doesn't find it right away. He tries to pick it. Doesn't really matter if you get the third out here, whether you got the second or third, just get the out.
Fly ball center field. Grisham hardly had to move, and he'll put it away for the final out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We take it to the 6th.
Justin Shackle with your Audi update. Rays and Blue Jays top of the third, 2-on, 2-out. Cedric Mullins facing Patrick Corbins, and he lines it into right center. It dunks in for a base hit. Both runners come in to score. 2-run single for Mullins. The Rays are up 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Michael, Tampa Bay's won 15 of its last 17.
Well, thank you, Justin. Let's go around the majors. Alec Thomas, the Diamondbacks from the Dodgers for a minor leaguer. Kyle Schwarber, 6 home runs last 5 games. And Okamoto of the Blue Jays, last 10 games on fire. 5 home runs, 11 ribbies, hitting .333. And Schumann takes a strike, and he's going to challenge that.
The strike call. The pitches have been changed to a ball.
Well, Schumann got it right, and Hunter got it wrong. What hitter do you think either you played with or played against had the best knowledge of the strike zone?
Brett Gardner.
Really?
Yes.
So he'd be great at this.
Oh, he'd be unbelievable.
Now, you know who I think would have been very good? Boggs.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love to have Paul O'Neill have that toy. I mean, I would love to see him have the ability to challenge.
Paul would be the only guy that would
Argue with
challenge
Right.
and lose and throw his hands up in the air.
He would argue with the computer.
Yes.
Yeah, the ABS.
Yeah.
Oh, what theater that would be.
Oh, can we just go back in time?
Oh, that'd be great. Into center field. Cowser on the run. He's going to play it on a hop. So a base hit for Schumann to start up the sixth.
Now 2 for 6 off the Orioles. Was 1 for 3 at the stadium, 1 for 3 here now. It's not always how hard you hit him, Michael. It's where you hit him, and that was perfect. The Yankees need to add on here. Like, just keep scoring. It's so important. So you can give guys complete days off.
Here's Austin Wells, 1 for 2 with a run scored.
It was his hit that started that big rally in the 3rd inning. Smoked the ball to right field.
One and 2 on Wells.
A lot of times as a hitter, you'll only get one good pitch to hit. He had a decent fastball to hit and was not able to put it in play, and then they start flipping all that stuff up to you, the sliders.
Time called. Pitch would have been way outside, but maybe he kind of cut off his delivery when he saw the time.
Who called time?
I think it was Wells.
Wells?
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Wells down on strikes.
Pretty good slider here from Josh Walker. You see it's a strike for most of the time right up until the end. See Wells talking to Judge about what his breaking ball does.
There's Goldschmidt, started the game in proper fashion. First pitch home run. Now more scouting reports given to Ben Rice. Foul back. Yankees have 2 home runs today. We're taking a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. Goldschmidt 109.8 off the bat. Grisham 103.5. Goldschmidt's traveled 402. Grisham 397. Runner goes. Strike. Go to second. Got him. Rushman has been throwing well. He's now caught 8 out of 26 base stealers. Let's see if the Yankees challenge. And they do not.
Yeah, just a perfect throw. Hard to run on left-handers.
Hey, it's time to name that Yankee on this Tuesday evening. Brought to you by Prevagen. Made for your brain. Started with the Expos. Long ride with the Orioles. Then 1 year with the Yanks. And finished up with the Braves. 247. 670 hits. 121 home runs. Taylor Ward hits one to right center field. It's a long run for Grisham. He can't get there. And the ball bounces over the wall for a double.
Yeah, fastball middle. Ball came back a little bit, and Taylor Ward, who hit 36 home runs, only has 1 so far this year, and drives this ball to right center. I thought Grisham had a chance for it. Just comes up a little bit short, and that hard warning track is going to bounce into the stands.
Leadoff double for Ward. Here is Rushman. 0 for 2. Fouled to first, and a 4-6-3 double play. And that 4-6-3 double play got Warren out of a bases loaded jam.
It was some kind of pitching. Got in trouble with a couple of errors, fielder's choice, and then he just made some pitches.
One and one on Rushman. Fifth big league season for Rushman, 28 years old. Foul back. Be interesting to see what the Orioles do with him next year when he can become a free agent.
Yeah,
because they've signed Basayo to a long-term deal.
6-7 year contract to Basayo. Kind of waiting in the wings. I'm not sure if he's going to be as good as Rutschman defensively, but I think the young man's going to hit a ton.
Tried the pickoff, they don't get it done.
Yeah, an 8-year contract for $67 million. Basayo's extremely athletic, but he's such a big body. You wonder how much the catching will take a toll on him. He's probably about 250 pounds, 6'3". Pretty athletic, though.
Backing up, Goldschmidt flips to Warren. Moving to third is Ward with 1 out. And that brings up Pete Alonso. Tim Hill gets ready. Oh, joined by Fernando Cruz.
You know, I always wondered why they took their hats off when they warm up, but now I understand. They're putting the pitch comm. I was like, who started this trend?
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Another challenge by Austin Wells.
Did you hear me tap my head there in your headset?
I did. And he's right again. Both teams still have their 2 ABS challenges remaining, as you can see on the scoreboard to the left of the logo, of each team's logo.
Yeah, they got me chapping. There it is, Michael.
Yep. That wasn't even a blatantly bad call. It was by a lace. It was a strike. The 0-2. Skied the other way down the right field line, foul. Alonso has 4 home runs in 11 games this month. And that started with a good series at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, he's really picked it up in the month of May, Michael, where his numbers, the power numbers are getting to where like they should be. He's driving the baseball.
Two and two. Swing and a miss. That's the 6th strikeout for Will Warren. Big strikeout with a runner on third. That's the 6th Yankee strikeout, brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Great two-seamer that runs into Pete, and he can't get the barrel of the bat to it because it's just got too much run. It ends up in off the plate.
Basayo fouls it away. He was scratched out of last night's lineup, Basayo, with left knee discomfort.
That was from the collision on Sunday.
Yep.
As he was catching the collision. I don't remember the last time I've seen one of those.
Yeah, he had the ball and he's standing in front of the plate, so I guess you could run into him.
That's a big fella to be running into.
Basayo doubled in the second. That extended his hitting streak to 7 straight. And that's a base hit up the middle. Ward will score. Basayo rounds first with an RBI single, and the Orioles are on the board at 6-1 Yanks.
Probably the last week or so, he has been their most productive hitter in the last 7 games. He's got 6 RBIs. Good at bat. He fights this ball off that's inside. Actually, it ends up middle, and that's why he gets to it. He's trying to front hip him with a two-seamer, and he leaves it out over the plate, and that's a danger zone to Basayo.
Here's O'Neill. Driven into right center. On the run is Grisham. He dives. He can't make the play. Goes off his glove. Retrieving is Judge. Basayo chugs around third. Hill scores an RBI double for O'Neill, and it's 6-2 Yanks.
Because they're playing O'Neill to pull, it's just too far for Grisham to track down. He doesn't hit it extremely hard where he really drives it into the gap, but it's just going away from him, and you see Judge is kind of in. That's what the scouting report tells you play him, and he just puts it right in between them. And because Grisham kicks it away, he's able to score. So we're going to have a visit to the mound here.
Not just a visit, but a signal to the bullpen. That'll do it for Warren. He goes 5 2/3. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. This could be your lucky play. Got to go with Lou. Sorry.
It's a pretty good Dunbar team, though, wasn't it?
Pretty good power team.
Yeah.
Fernando Cruz takes over. Orioles have scored 2. They have a runner on second base. And that runner belongs to Will Warren. Spinning a shutout through 5. But then Taylor Ward opened up with that double. 3 hits in the inning against Warren. And a strike to Cowser.
So important for him to get ahead in the count. Located a fastball really well there. Now he can start going to his split, which is obviously his best pitch.
High fly ball right field. Judge is there. And Cruz on 2 pitches gets the job done. Warren gives up 2, leaves 1. Time for a little segment that we like to call, well, what do we like to call it?
How about that?
Yeah, it's about Gunnar Henderson. Bench coach Freddie Gonzalez nicknamed him Clifford because he chases down everything like Clifford, the big red dog. Favorite ice cream truck order, the Sponge Bob Popsicle. And if he could trade places with anyone for a day, he would choose Kevin Costner so he could appear on Yellowstone.
Interesting.
How about that?
Kevin's not on Yellowstone anymore. Ford scoreboard, 6-2 Yankees over the Orioles. Yennier Cano takes over. First batter, Aaron Judge. Foul ball, 0-1.
Always has had that plus sinker that he's used, and he's had a kind of a bounce back year this year. The Yankees have seen him a lot and have had a lot of success off him. Not so much for the rest of the league, but really having a good year.
Chopped slowly, third base line. Fielded by Cano. It's going to be an infield single for Judge. Cano did not handle it cleanly. He would not have gotten Judge anywhere.
Michael, I know you do most of the games. When's the last time you've seen him have an infield hit like that?
I can't recall one.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing it. Just can't come up with a handle. He's probably lucky he did throw it, because I don't imagine it would have been a very, very good throw. He might have thrown it down the line.
So Judge has been on base 3 times. Here's Ben Rice. 1 for 2 with a walk. And a strike. Cano had a 5.12 ERA last year, but in 18 games this year, 1.29. 32 years old, 5th big league season. Like Rice was going for Utah Street.
Yeah, well, that's a really good split, and it acts just like a sinker, but it's about 4 miles an hour softer. But he was a guy that tried to add a cutter last year and kept trying to throw it, and I think it took away from what his ball naturally does. It sinks. The way he pronates his hand.
Alonso gets 1 at second. The throw back to first. It's a 3-6-3 double play.
It's a really good play by Pete Alonso. We kind of talked about his throwing issues, especially trying to feed the pitcher, but he makes an excellent throw here. He does the right thing. He goes to the inside, and Gunnar is on the inside. He clears space to clear the runner, makes a really accurate throw, and it's a pretty easy double play.
It's kind of interesting with Pete. 4 defensive runs saved coming into the game, tied with a couple of others for best of a first baseman. 3 outs above average. That's 4th in the big leagues. And here's why I bring that up, Joe. In 7 seasons with the Mets, he was -7 defensive runs saved and -33 outs above average. So he's really improved his defensive game.
They've worked very hard with him. And I think a lot of his problems, they were throwing problems.
He was always good with scoops.
Yeah, he was -8 last year, outs above average.
When he works out before a game, he uses a tiny glove. And the reason he does that, he said, aim small, miss small. He said, so when he puts on the bigger glove. Sky down the left field line. On the run is Ward, and he makes the catch for the final out. No runs a hit, and nobody left on base. Time for the 7th inning stretch in Baltimore.
It's Justin and Jack with the Ford Studio update. And Jack, at the pregame, we said the small details need to be covered for the Yankees to get back on track. And in the 3rd, Cody Bellinger's hustle led to a 5-run inning.
Yeah, that was one play that stood out for me. He's batting with the bases loaded, 1 out, hits the ball up the middle. If the Orioles turn a double play, they're out of the inning 1-0. He beats it out. That makes it 2-0. Rosario with an RBI single. Grisham with a 3-run homer. 1-0 became 6-0.
We'll see if the bullpen can close it out. We go back to Michael and Joe in Baltimore.
Well, thank you, guys. 6-8-2 for the Yanks, 2-4-0 for the Orioles. Will Warren lasted 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs. He's had home runs. Goldschmidt and Grisham. Trevor Rogers lasted just 4. Tyler O'Neill has an RBI double. Cruz still in there. Ford scoreboard, 6-2 Yanks.
He seemed to pitch a lot better than 5 2/3 and 2 runs.
Yeah. Well, the first 5 were great.
And the same with Weathers. There were some extra pitches added. He probably should have got through 7 innings.
Ground ball. Schumann. They get Mayo, 1 away. So there's a little bit of a difference between Cruz's arsenal last year and this year. We'll take a look at it on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, to me, he's throwing a lot more sliders, and he's not throwing his split as much and using his 4-seamer more. It's just a different way. His slider has improved. He's getting a lot of first pitch strikes with it. Doesn't have to show a split as early.
Now, Meredith, you caught up with Preston Claiborne, the Yankee bullpen coach, about the new arsenal.
And, Michael, I asked him specifically about Cruz throwing that 4-seam fastball more than we saw all throughout last year. And he said he feels as though the league and a lot of teams have just kind of made some adjustments on Fernando Cruz. They know how good the split is. They know it's often coming. So they're just not offering at it as much as they did at times last year. So he's trying to throw that fastball, establish that a little bit, use some of his other pitches so he can get back to that splitter, which, as we know, is his swing and miss pitch.
It almost turns into a guessing game for Cruz. He's got the batter's guessing he's going to start me off with the splitter, and then if he guesses, well, he's going to start me off with a fastball and get ahead, then he could get hit. It's if you guess right.
And I think that's why he's throwing the slider a lot, because hitters have not seen it a lot, and they're not thinking that.
Down goes Jackson.
You know what that was?
That pitch.
That pitch. I love that pitch. I mean, look at the depth on this. This starts, I don't know, thigh high and ends up feet high by the time it gets to him. I mean, there's no chance.
Here's Gunnar Henderson. Gunner's 0 for 3. So he starts him with the splitter.
Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily real comfortable starting lefties with that slider yet. So it's either the 4-seamer or the splitter.
And there's the fastball 4-seamer, 1-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees up by 4. Grounded and grabbed there by Goldschmidt. And he beats Henderson to the bag. 1-2-3 inning for Cruz and the Yankees. Limes in. Play Play ball. Corona will be rewarding fans all season long with a chance to win trips to MLB's biggest moments from the All-Star game to the postseason. When the line drops in, it's time for the first pitch. Fresh air and sunshine. This is our playa. Hyundai scoreboard, we go to the 8th inning. Yankees lead 6-2, and with the righty Andrew Kittredge on the mound. Pinch hitting for Rosario will be Jazz Chisholm. You see the numbers on Kittredge. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to shallow center. And Cowser makes the play. And Jazz is retired.
Kittredge started the season off really well with 4 scoreless innings, and then he ran into the Yankees, Michael, in Game 5, and third of an inning, 7 runs. Always had a really good sinker and slider. I always found it's interesting how he leans back and kind of stays on his heels.
So 7 runs in a third of an inning. So that's 21 for an inning. That means your ERA for that game would be 189.0.
Did you do that all in your head?
I did some scribbling.
You have to go a lot of innings to get it to be respectable.
Yeah, it really it takes a long time.
You got to go like 20 and a third scoreless innings or something like that.
And if you look at Will Warren, who started for the Yankees, he fell victim to that last year. He had like 2 really bad games, and it took his ERA up to a level that he pitched better than his ERA.
Absolutely. And if you're going to have a bad day, have it all at once. Don't sprint, don't give up 4 here, 5 there. Give up your 7 or 8 and get it over with, and then get back on track. And that's why I'm saying Will Warren's a tough kid. I mean, what he dealt with tonight with the errors in that inning and getting out of it without giving up a run. Bouncing back after bad starts last year, or during a bad start in the first inning, going deep into the game to save your bullpen, and he may have went there, Mike. Turn this into a base hit.
3-2. Ground ball. Moving over to his right, Jackson fields, and over to Alonso, 2 away.
You got to clarify your Jacksons, because there's a couple Jacksons that could have made that play. One of them's not here, but
Right.
Jackson Holiday.
So we'll leave him out.
Yeah.
There's Ryan McMahon. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Two and 0. Two and 1. Yankee third base coach is Luis Rojas. His dad celebrating a birthday today. Felipe Alou, 91 years old.
91.
Yep. What an elegant gentleman. I don't know
Happy
how often
birthday.
you've run into him, but just wow. He just exudes this almost regal nature.
I was playing for the Rockies when he was in Montreal, and man, could he manage.
Ground ball first base. Alonso flips the ball to Kittredge, and that will do it. Yankees go down in order, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, tonight on Yes, host Gracie Cashman sits down with Yankee legend Willie Randolph for a deep dive into the numbers that defined his career. Watch the Season 3 premiere of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery, tonight, following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. It's a good show. Gracie does a great job, and Willie obviously has great stories to tell. Jake Bird takes over. Will Warren started, an inning and a third for Cruz, and now Jake Bird here in the 8th. It'll be Ward, Rushman, and Alonso. Hyundai scoreboard 6-2 Yankees lead.
Yeah, and he's pitched much better since he's come back. He's only given up the 1 run in the 7 appearances. Only 3 hits. This looks really, really good.
Let's take a look at the Yankees bullpen budget. Brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Doval and Hedrick yesterday. I think everybody really would be available.
You would love to keep it right here and get like 3 or 4 more in the, even 2 or 3 in the 9th, so you don't have to use those couple back end guys down there. Save them for tomorrow. Give Bednar another day off.
There's a base hit through the right side. Ward picks up a single. We'll start off the 8th. That's his 2nd hit of the night.
Yeah, he just punches this ball through the hole. A lot of times it's easier to hit the ball middle in the other way than it is actually away. You can manipulate the bat easier, and that's exactly what he did there.
Here's Adley Rushman. 0-1. Just a reminder, Yankee fans, tomorrow's final game of this 3-game set was scheduled to start at 6:30. There's terrible weather forecast for the evening here in Baltimore, so in order to get the game in, they've moved the game to 1 o'clock. So our coverage will begin at 12:30 on Prime, first pitch right around 1, and after the game, post-game coverage. Great catch by McMahon will be on the Yes Network. So please make a note of that. Tomorrow's game is now an afternoon game starting at 1.
Good thing he's at 6-2 or 6-3, Michael. He's able to get this ball, and I thought it was going to end up in left field. Rushman does a really good job of going with the sinker, but he extends probably about as high as he can get there. He times it perfect, catches it at the peak of his jump. Big out there.
There's Pete Alonso. And a strike.
They have thrown Pete a lot of breaking balls and finished him hard in is how they've gotten him out tonight. He's struggled against the breaking ball this year from the right-handers.
Take a look at Papa John's key ingredients. Pete Alonso, 13 home runs in 38 games in his career against the Yanks. Line drive, it's a base hit. So first and second, 1 man out against Bird. Orioles trying to mount a comeback.
Right pitch, wrong location. Left it up, middle, thigh high, waist high. That's the one that he can handle. The one down and away is giving him fits. Looks like we're going to see a left-hander here, Michael.
It'll be Tim Hill with Basayo due up. Big batter in this game. Yankees holding on to a 6-2 lead. Well, fans, Yankee games on Yes are streaming live on the Gotham Sports app, included for free with your eligible TV provider subscription. Download and sign into the Gotham Sports app now. Check out all the great Yankees content, including pregame features, postgame sound, podcast, and much more. Well, they go to the man who gets ground balls, Tim Hill, with runners on first and second. Basayo hits a ground ball. Too soft for the double play, but they'll get the out at first as the runners move up. Now this becomes a very important batter. He could drive in 2 runs with a single. All of a sudden you're looking at a real tight game going to the 9th. And Matt Blake wants to talk it over. You've got O'Neill, first base open, and then Cowser on deck.
And I think they would think about hitting Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson has been a guy that has had a lot of success in his career off of left-handers. Then you could put Blaze Alexander in center or Taveras. Either way, Taveras is better from the left side. So I don't think they would hit him over Weston Wilson. What they have left on their bench. Don't be deceived by those numbers. He was brought in here to hit left-handers, and that's not something he's done this year, but he has done it in the past. And he's the guy you want to use a four-seamer again, not necessarily a sinker.
Second and third, 2 men out. Hill deals. 1-0. And that's a foul ball right back. Was it Wells or was it
No,
Reynolds?
it was definitely Hunter. He got it right in the chin. Nope, right in the chest. Wells giving him a little break. A lot of times you stall for each other when you get hit like that. Yeah, he must have got a few underneath his, because he's wearing that long extension on his mask.
One and 2 on O'Neill.
I know sometimes it's hard for sinker ballers to do, but I would love to see him go up with a fastball here, Michael. I think he'll swing right through it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Fouled away.
He needs to go about a foot higher than that one.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees lead 6-2. And the count is full at 3-2. Ground ball, McMahon sets, fires, and Hill does the job. No runs, 2 hits. 2 men left. We go to the 9th. It's time to find the answer to Name That Yankee. Those are the clues. You have any idea, Joe?
No. Gary Renicky.
See if you're right. Gary Renicky. You had no clue.
None
You
whatsoever.
just pulled that out of your hat.
It just came to me.
Wow.
I'm Gary Renicky, and I play left field.
In 16,
And he did, along with John Lowenstein. Good combo. Very productive player, and then spent 1 year with the Yankees. And he went yard. How about that? Oh, that was the other segment. He wore a modified helmet with bars across the face after he was hit by a pitch in '79. Career with the Yankees, .265 average. Brother of Ron Renicky. 8 seasons as a player, 6 seasons as a manager. New pitcher is Tyler Wells as we start the 9th inning. Max Schumann will lead off. Schumann, Wells, and Goldschmidt.
You know, Michael, with all the injuries that they've had to their rotation, I wonder if there's ever been any thought to bring Tyler Wells back as a starter. I mean, he is a multiple inning guy, and he's pitched okay this year. He started off as their 8th inning guy, and then with Rico Garcia, he kind of got demoted a little bit, but he's a guy that used to give him a lot of distance. He has 5 pitches.
Check out today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Caballero placed on the 10-day IL today, right middle finger fracture, and he could return when first eligible. He played last night. He was a pinch runner, so there's no backdating. Starts today on the 10-day clock. And replacing him on the roster is Anthony Volpe, who was here with the Yankees. He got here right before the game began. We'll see if he's in the lineup tomorrow for the afternoon game. Two, 3-2. And there's ball 4. So Schumann reaches for the second time. A walk and a single. And that's going to bring up Austin Wells. So Austin Wells against Tyler Wells. All Wells. Let's see if it ends well. It will for one of them.
I don't even really know what to say to that.
Just let it marinate. Austin Wells is 1 for 3, singled and scored in the Yankees' 5-run 3rd inning, and that's the difference in this game right now. Will Warren, the pitcher of record on the winning side, Trevor Rogers on the losing side.
See the changeup. That's really important for him against left-handers. We've seen the 4-seamer, the curveball, the slider, changeup. Changeup really important for him. Pitch he uses the second most.
Two and one on Austin Wells. Short of bat, goes up the first baseline on the foul ball. What if a bit of wood got into the eye of Rushman?
Yeah, they went into his mask and hit him. Didn't really look like it.
Yeah.
And the ball didn't bounce in front of him where dirt would have came up. Sure acts like something got in there.
Popped up. Rushman dropped the ball and then falls into the dugout where he's caught by his teammates.
It didn't look like it was really too hard of a pop-up. It looks like he overran it, and it may have moved on him a little bit right at the end. You see the coaches are taught to stand up there and keep players from falling into the dugout. A really good job on their part. I don't know if it was Miguel. No, Miguel Cairo's right there on the left. He didn't move. Their pitching coach grabs him. Got to take advantage of this, Michael. If you're Austin Romine, you get a second chance here. Austin Wells, excuse me, there's a flashback.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out. One away here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, here's that changeup. You see the good run to it, the depth to it. It just runs out of bat. It ends up off the plate. A lot of movement. Goldie's had a good night, 2 for 4. Let the game off with a home run.
He checked the swing.
Goldie's pretty good at shooting that ball between the first and second base and hole when he wants to.
One and one. You want to look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be the bottom third of the Orioles order.
If you put Schumann in motion here, it could take an at bat away from Judge.
He's in motion. Go to second. Got him. Great throw by Rushman.
That's 3 for 3 in this series. He's obviously throwing the ball very well. Aaron Boone's going to just take a look at it. The throw beat him there. It's just was it a good tag? Just really see how straight the ball is. You see Jeremiah Jackson just straddle the bag, put the tag down. I don't know, Michael. He might be safe.
They're not challenging.
Nope.
So now 9 for 27 throwing out base runners. Major league average 23%. He's at 33%. So 3-1 on Goldschmidt. You assume he'd go right at Goldschmidt rather than have to deal with Judge with a runner on. And he walks Goldschmidt. That'll bring up Judge. Fans, go to @Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it the guy on the screen right now, Aaron Judge, or number 2, Cam Schlittler, number 3, Ryan Weathers? Judge has been on base 3 times, 2 walks and an infield single, so he's 1 for 2. Hole in one.
Little Cutter's been pretty effective against the right-handed hitters. He's gotten him just out in front. It's about 4 miles off his fastball, and they pick it up as a fastball. And you got Blackburn and Bednar both up, depending on what the score is.
0-2 on Judge.
Pick up the dirt. Attaboy.
And toss it.
Yeah, here we go. Game on now, Michael.
Strike 3. And Judge challenges.
The hitter is challenging strike 3.
That's a really good challenge with 2 left. Really good, because you still got 1 when you go out on defense.
And he got it right.
1-2.
He's been victimized by that call his entire career. So 1-2. Grounded sharply through for a base hit. So that challenge got him a single and keeps the inning alive. First and second, and that'll bring up Rice.
He gets this. Looks like it's a changeup that's up in the zone. You see it come back to his barrel. It's not where he wanted it. He wanted it down, and he ended up leaving it up, and it's an easy ball for Aaron Judge to handle.
Rice swings and misses. Right field, O'Neill is there, and he'll put it away for the final out. No runs a hit, 2 men left, bottom of the ninth, coming up for the O's. Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. After that challenge, I guess Judge goes and talks to Wendelstedt. Hey, we're good, right? That was strike 3. I had a challenge. David Bednar will close it out. It is not a safe situation. The Yankees are up by 4, but Aaron Boone wants to end this 4-game losing streak. Last time we saw Bednar, he gave up a walk-off home run to end the series in Milwaukee.
This is why I complain about the 3-batter minimum rule.
How so?
If you could bring him in after 1 or 2, he wouldn't be starting this inning. But by the time he gets in the game, it could be 6-5 because you have to face 3 hitters. And I think you risk using your closers too much.
But what you could have done in this instance was keep Hill in to face Cowser.
You could have. They would have pinch hit, though.
So Cowser in there. It'll be Cowser, Mayo, and Jackson against Bednar. Good curveball, swings over the top, 0-1. Buzzed him upstairs, 1-1. Tipped into the glove of Wells, 1-2. And the pitch. Fouled away. And the 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure what that pitch was, the way it acted. Splitter right there.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Wells. 1 away on the strikeout. Take a look at the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. Max Fried gets start tomorrow against Kyle Bradish. And a reminder, our coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. on Prime. It was originally a night game. Bad weather in the forecast, so they moved it to a 1 o'clock start. Coverage on Prime starts at 12:30. First pitch right around 1. Post game will be on Yes.
The rain was supposed to come here about 8 o'clock tomorrow night and just last for a long time. Don't want to burn starters.
Kobe Mayo No, they're pinch hitting Leody Taveras from AL.
Much better from this side. Has been struggling himself lately, though.
So let me ask you this, Joe, because tomorrow's a day game. Do you handle relief pitchers differently because there's not as much rest?
No, not if they've had time off. No, I think.
Would you deal with Bednar differently?
Well, this would be this is 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll have him tomorrow. I wouldn't think so. That's why, again, I don't like that rule. Three batters, I just don't. You know, there are certain people that you want to see when the game's on the line, and you don't want to have your closer down because you've had to use him in games that, like this, in a sense.
Well, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, listens and watches a lot of Yankee games, so he's hearing what you're saying right now.
Yep.
One-two. Goldschmidt. And the Yankees are in out away. And that'll bring up Jeremiah Jackson as the Orioles are down to their final out.
You hear that? Somebody's starting with the hip hip. Hip hip. Jorge.
And the Orioles are down to their final strike. Count 0-2 on Jackson. Orioles have won 2 straight, a modest winning streak, but they're trying to get things rolling. They're down by 4 here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
They are already 9 games behind Tampa, 7 behind the Yankees.
Fly ball right field. Judge toward the line. And the Yankees snap their 4-game losing streak with a 6-2 win over the Orioles. Big home run to start the game by Paul Goldschmidt. A 3-run shot by Trent Grisham, and David Bednar comes in to get the final 3 outs.
Yeah, Will Warren, I thought, was excellent tonight. You know, you talked about Goldie's lead off the game, first pitch with a home run. He made 5 plays at first base. They overcame some defensive woes and end up winning the game. They needed this, Michael, and I got to bounce back and get 1 more tomorrow and win a series again.
Max Fried will try to win the series for them, but they win the middle game and they end their losing streak. We'll come back, talk about it more, and then have the post game after that.